Okay, so today I'm gonna go over a deck that I was working on yesterday. Let's see here. Get this. Get this over. And what do we got? February 28th. And there was. This is a deck I think Marie Duke was talking about in a standard power rankings. I more referred to it as a Deadly Dispute deck. He referred to it as more of like black, white, red sacrifice, which I guess is kind of true. Where's the original deck list? Give me one sec here. Let's see what we can find. Is this it? Yeah, this is it here. This is the original deck list. Now, right off the bat, I didn't like Reckoner's Bargain at all. Gaining a life doesn't really matter. If you had something where maybe like the black-green creature that whenever you gain life, your opponent loses that much life or something, then I could see playing this. But I cut it and just played 4 Deadly Dispute. There's no reason to have... I mean, having a 5th sacrifice outlet, maybe I would play Village Rites instead. I wouldn't play this. I also took out Burn Down the House. It didn't seem to be... making the 1/1 tokens is fine, but I think I moved it to the sideboard. Yeah, I did. So... another card I didn't like a lot, although I think people have difference of opinion on this card specifically, the Experimental Synthesizer. Usually, I understand that you're supposed to normally hit lands with this. I rarely ever hit a land with this card. Just luck of the draw, I suppose. It's still in the deck just because it's a 1-mana artifact, I guess, and it's probably better than any of the other 1-mana artifacts at this point, considering it essentially draws you 2 cards. But I was never able to cast anything off of it in, I don't remember how many games I played the other day. The Dockside Chef also got a cut, and the Shambling Gas also got cut. The Dockside Chef was a little bit redundant for me playing. And I wanted a couple of removal spells, and I put the Voltage Surge in its place. And with the Shambling Ghast, I said this before, I like the Shambling Ghast a little bit more than the Eye Twitch. I started playing this card. Is it going to come? No, it won't show it up. There we go. Forsworn Paladin. It's a 1/1 menace, and then you can actually make treasure tokens every turn. Costs you 2, or you can make it at the end of your opponent's turn. You also have to pay 1 life. But then you also get the bonus of making a creature +2/+0, and then it can also gain Death Touch if you use treasures. So this in combination with this made the fact that you can draw this a little bit later in the game than the Shambling Gas. Shambling Gas, when you draw it on turn, let's say 10, for example, or if you draw it turn 7 to 8, it's completely dead. This isn't as completely dead. It can at least get in. It has menace. And I was able to do a little bit extra chip damage with this versus the Shambling Ghast. Yes, the combination of Deadly Dispute and Shambling Ghast does come up, and it is neat. The fact that you can actually make 2 treasure tokens out of it is likely a bit better. But this game's not looking to go quick, and you're not really looking to ramp anything out. Like, yes, playing, Junji on turn 3 or 4 is good, but also playing it a turn early. Either way, with this, this also gives you the ability to make treasure tokens without having to sacrifice your permanent, unlike the Shambling Ghast. And Deadly Dispute usually will sacrifice a synthesizer, maybe a blood token as well. And what else did I remove? Let's see. Let's bring this back over. So I removed 1 card from here. I removed the Planeswalkers because they were also redundant. They just didn't seem... Lolith was actually pretty good, but Sorn was actually terrible in the deck. Lolith was pretty good, but I decided I wanted more threats, which is why I replaced the 2 Planeswalkers with Junji. Then I also added Florian as well. I don't know if Florian's going to be any good. because you exile it and you can only play it this turn, I don't know if Florian actually belongs in the deck or not. I'm going to test it out a little bit. Probably not. There was another card, actually, if I don't play Florian, that I was playing in a different deck last night that going along with these artifacts, this artifact theme, everybody's favorite artifact creature. Where's it at? Where is it? Circuit Mender. So I may place, probably actually replace the Florian with the Circuit Mender, because I did try Florian a little bit. I didn't like it too much, but I was playing in another artifact deck with very similar Oni-Cult Anvil, Blood Tithe Harvester, basically another Deadly Dispute deck, and Circuit Mender was actually amazing in the deck. So I wanted to try that out. I don't know if Angie, whatever, also belongs in the deck. It does have a neat ability. It's probably only a 1 of instead of a 2 of. I don't really ever want to draw this more than once in a game. You can go pretty deep with your deck as well. So, but that's where the deck stands as well. I think the other thing I did was add another land to the deck. So now it's 23 lands, including Agadeem's Awakening, whereas before it was 21. So that's where the replacements were made. I did that because most of the time I found I was coming up short a lot with the deck. Like I was hitting like 2 and 3 mana, and then I wouldn't see another land for forever. So I think I also cut an Epicure as well. Although it's probably maybe 3 and 3 is probably the right number. But again, this is just another card that doesn't do enough. It is better than, I suppose it is better than the Forsworn Paladin. Just because it can actually deal damage and make another artifact. This might not be as good because the deck I had it in was also playing Glasspool Mimic, so I was able to copy it a bunch of times as well. So we'll see how that works out. With Agadeem's Awakening, that might be another direction the deck can go. Maybe get out of this and maybe add a little bit of blue. I don't know. Might get too convoluted at that point. But yeah, I'm going to take this. The sideboard also got changed a lot. I went from like just all removal spells to try to vary up some threats. The Reckoner Raid actually should be very good in this deck, and it may actually replace this card, just because it actually does damage right away. So it's kind of a burn spell. And I added 1 Feed the Swarm for enchantments. I don't know how this deck will do against the Kami of Transience deck. We'll have to see how that works out. A couple Planeswalkers. Like, Planeswalkers move to the side. Immersturm Predator probably will be in place of... It probably should be like this, in all honesty. Just to vary up my threats a little bit. And I didn't really like Angie that much anyways. But I think we'll just increase the Circuit Mender by 1. Or rather, yes, and then put 1 in the sideboard. There we go. It's a very good blocker. Very good blocker. Gains you life, draws you a card for 3 mana. It's pretty good. Works. It fits in the spot on the curve for Agadeem's Awakening. So we're gonna try this out.